It is 2026, and we need to have a serious talk about the black box sitting under your television. If you have been following the channel, you already know that the Apple TV 4K has been my undisputed champion for years. It is the streaming box I choose every single time. The reason is incredibly simple. It does the basics better than almost anything else on the market. It is fast, the interface is clean, and it makes my entire smart home setup run smoothly. Most importantly, it just works. But there is a catch. The current Apple TV 4K is the third-generation model, released way back in 2022. In the tech world, 4 years is a lifetime. We are now navigating the landscape of 2026. Apple has pushed the software forward significantly with tvOS 26, introducing that beautiful new liquid glass design language and fun features like karaoke. Yet, the hardware itself has been sitting still. That is why the rumors about the next-generation Apple TV feel very different this time around. We aren't just talking about a box that is slightly faster. We are looking at leaks and reports pointing toward a massive shift. We're talking about modern wireless standards, serious chip upgrades, and a completely new role inside the Apple home where Siri and automation matter just as much as the movies you watch. So, let's dive deep into what is expected from the new hardware, but also answer the burning question of why the existing Apple TV 4K still holds its ground today. The biggest rumor circulating right now is a jump from the current processor to something much more powerful, likely the A7 Pro class chip. On paper, tech enthusiasts know what this means. It means faster app loading, smoother multitasking, better gaming performance, and more headroom for whatever features Apple dreams up next. However, the speed isn't actually the most interesting part. The real story is about what that level of silicon can unlock. The A7 Pro is heavily linked to Apple's major shift toward Apple Intelligence. We are looking at a future with a more capable contextual Siri. Even if Apple keeps the intelligence branding strictly for iPhones, iPads, and Macs, the Apple TV is arguably the best place to see the real-world benefits of this technology. Imagine a smarter Siri that makes finding a movie far less frustrating. Think about improved hands-free control and screen awareness, where the device actually understands what you are watching and reacts accordingly. This would fix so many of the little headaches we deal with daily. Another major piece of the puzzle is the rumored addition of Apple's own combined wireless chip, often called the N1. This little component would bring updated Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and Thread support all in a single package. In practical terms, this means faster speeds, better reliability, and much lower latency. This matters huge amounts for 4K streaming and gaming, but it is critical for the smart home. If you rely on your Apple TV as a hub, you need it to be rock solid. While the current model supports Thread, a more advanced radio stack could make a noticeable difference in homes that are packed with connected devices. I often see comments from people complaining that their Thread networks aren't stable. While that isn't always the fault of the Apple TV, a hardware boost here would certainly help stabilize things. On the visual and audio side, the industry keeps moving forward. The good news is that the current Apple TV isn't exactly falling behind. It already supports Dolby Vision, HDR10+, and Dolby Atmos. However, rumors are pointing toward further Dolby Vision improvements. Specifically, Apple seems to be trying to solve that annoying problem where dark scenes look amazing in a studio but are impossible to see in a real living room with the lights on. Then, there's the recurring rumor of a built-in camera. This one is a bit harder to predict. Using FaceTime on Apple TV is genuinely useful, but right now, having to prop up your iPhone as a webcam is awkward. It steals your phone and adds friction to the experience. A built-in camera would turn the Apple TV into a complete communication device. It aligns perfectly with the steady improvements Apple has made to FaceTime on the big screen. Of course, people would rightly question privacy and whether a camera belongs on a box that sits under the TV, but having it all in one package would definitely improve the user experience. If this new A7 Pro chip does make it into the next model, gaming is another area that improves immediately. Better GPU performance and modern graphics features would make Apple Arcade titles feel much closer to console quality. No, It isn't going to replace your Xbox or PlayStation, but it would narrow the gap. It would make the Apple TV a far more viable platform for casual gaming. As for when we will see this new device, the timeline has been a bit messy. There was strong confidence we would see it in late 2025, but that didn't happen. Now, all eyes are on the spring of 2026. This timing makes a lot of sense because it lines up with a broader narrative about the Apple home. We are expecting a revamped Siri, a wider push into smart home hardware, and maybe even that long-rumored home hub display. If Apple wants to tell a coherent story, launching the new Apple TV alongside these other home devices makes perfect sense. But here is the reality check. Even if a new model is right around the corner, the current Apple TV 4K is absolutely still worth its place in your living room. Apple nailed the fundamentals with this box. It is fast, reliable, and refreshingly free from the ad-heavy clutter that dominates almost every other smart TV interface out there. The home screen stays focused on your content. Apps load quickly. The whole experience feels deliberately designed rather than bolted together. It supports the formats people actually care about right now. When you pair it with some HomePods for immersive sound, it becomes a setup that is genuinely a joy to use every day. Beyond just films and TV shows, Apple has been quietly expanding what this box can do. Casual gaming works surprisingly well, especially if you pair a controller. The fitness experience is also compelling. Doing a workout with Apple Fitness Plus on the big screen, seeing your real-time heart rate from your Apple Watch, is much more engaging than squinting at a phone. For Apple home users, this device is far more than just a streaming box. It acts as the brain of your house. When you connect it via Ethernet, it is one of the most reliable hubs you can use. Since I hardwire my Apple TV into my network, my automations run consistently and my accessories stay responsive. It also plays a growing role in home awareness. You can view live feeds from your security cameras and doorbells directly on your TV. Picture-in-picture alerts appear while you are watching a movie. If someone rings the doorbell, you see it instantly. If motion is detected outside, you can glance at the corner of the screen to see what is happening. This is where the next generation could really step forward. In the Apple home, screens change behavior. A doorbell pop-up on a TV is a completely different experience from a phone notification. It invites an immediate response without breaking your flow. With the rumored Siri chatbot coming in iOS 27, imagine this scenario. Someone rings your doorbell. Instead of fumbling for your phone, you simply speak. You tell Siri to unlock the door, turn on the hallway lights, and tell the guest to come in. Right now, you can react to a notification, but you can't have that two-way interaction without grabbing another device. That defeats the point. With better wireless tech, stronger thread support, and smarter on-screen awareness, these interactions could finally feel seamless. That is when the Apple TV stops feeling like a gadget and starts feeling like a proper system. Imagine walking into your living room and saying, "Make the house cozy for movie night." Automatically, the lighting adjusts, the heating settles, and the blinds close. Then, the Apple TV follows up to ask what genre of movie you want to watch. When you sit on the sofa, you have a curated list ready to go. Or, imagine your health app talking to your TV via the Siri chatbot, suggesting a specific yoga workout because it knows you had a stressful day. This would be a massive improvement from where we are today. If Apple's rumored home display arrives at the same time, the Apple TV fits naturally as the anchor of that ecosystem. One device becomes the brain of the TV, the other becomes the hub for the kitchen or hallway, and they share the same intelligence. So, that is where we are at. We are waiting for the new hardware, but we are happy in the fact that the current hardware, despite being years old, is still very relevant in 2026. If you need a streaming box today, the current model will not let you down. But if you want the full tour of the smart home, keep your eyes peeled for what is coming this spring. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please give the video a like, as it helps this channel out more than you will ever know. Share this video with anyone looking to upgrade their setup. And if you want to become part of this community, hit that subscribe button and also the bell button so you are updated the moment new videos land. Thanks very much, and I will speak to you soon.